Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our 6th and 7th grade award ceremony. I have to tell you, we have 7 ceremonies at Bullis with 3 divisions. There are 7 closing ceremonies, and this is the 5th. So I hesitate to ask this question, but hands up to any parents who have the bad misfortune to have heard me speak 5 times. Okay, faculty? No one. Okay. Oh, I've got a hand up. I'm so sorry. I will try not to repeat remarks. They have been wonderful ceremonies. Last night we had, in a sense, the grandest of our end-of-year occasions when the 12th grade graduated at the Strathmore Centre. It was a really lovely ceremony, very joyous. And of course, I sort of reviewed with them what their high school had looked like, their high school period had looked like. And I was thinking about that for you guys. You 6th and 7th graders have had a really odd beginning to your middle school. Of course, last year was extremely compromised. Do you remember coming in your blue and gold cohorts at the beginning of the year? It was very odd. This year has been much more normal. Yes, we've still had the infernal masks. Actually, today I think we can be mask optional if you would like to be mask optional in this huge room. We had the infernal masks, you've had the terrible testing, and then sometimes the disappointing positive results. But in general, it's been a good year, and you have done a great job. And when I spoke to the seniors last night and spoke to their parents, yes, we are very proud of where they're going to college. Their outcomes for the seniors are just extraordinary. But actually, that's not the reason we're proudest. We're proudest with our seniors and with all of you because of the people they have become, their personalities and their characters. And it's the same for this. Today, we're going to recognise and really recognise achievement. You all try so hard to do well with your academic work, with your passions, whether it's art or music or athletics. You try really hard. But actually, one of the things that we are most proud of is when you come to know yourselves really well, which is certainly a massively important part of being in middle school. You get to know yourself. And then when you get to know yourself, you are more easily able to be empathetic to others, to be kind. And that is so, so important in middle school. And I said this morning to the 8th grade as they go up into the 9th grade next year. That generosity of spirit that I hope courses through the middle school starts with yourself. We want you to know yourself, but then we want you to be generous and kind. And we think generally you've done that this year, and I want you to do that going forward. You're going to get bored of me saying this in the years to come. First assembly next year, I guarantee you, I'm going to be talking about kindness. And I do it with the whole of the upper school. And they listen. So thank you for doing that. 2 last things from me. Parents, we haven't got the whole of the parent body here of the 6th and 7th grade today, but thank you for your support of your kids and for your support of the school and the faculty. We couldn't do it without you. I've been so impressed since I've been at Bullis with the support of our parent body. And I want to thank the faculty very deeply for everything they have done to help us get through this difficult year. Not as difficult as last year, but still tricky. We are so blessed to have amazing teachers, amazing administration. And that brings me to the culmination of my remarks and Dr. Moreno. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, 6th and 7th graders and parents, families, and friends. Thank you for those remarks, Mr. Sullivan. Here we are, into the school year. It seems like the doors just opened and we're actually here now recognizing you for a job well done. Before we end the year, let's take a minute to recall a few memories of what happened in our division. It all began with COVID testing, again, In fact, regular COVID testing occurred throughout the year with the goal, stay positive, test negative. Other than testing, however, the year was nothing like last year. The Magnus app was not used daily, directional signs were removed, and for the most part, our classroom resembled seating arrangements from the past. We introduced the slogan, "Together we can," meaning together we can achieve more. Together we can keep one another uplifted, and alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. We really relied on that message because it's been a difficult couple of years, and so we wanted to inspire one another by saying, "I'm here for you, you're here for me." We participated in our traditional experiential education trips the first 2 Fridays in September. We held our Honor Code Assembly by divisions instead of gathering as an all-school assembly out of an abundance of caution. Traditional homecoming and spirit weeks returned, not to be outdone by Halloween. And in-person jazz cafes, Festival of Light, art showcases, athletic games all returned with audiences. Cinderella was performed on stage without masks, and that was interesting. We had become so used to wearing masks when we told the students to take them off, we really had to say, "It's okay, really, it's okay." And the cast wowed the audience with their talents. The tech crew designed a flexible stage that converted easily from Cinderella's evil stepmother's home to the magnificent castle for the prince's ball, and a pumpkin that literally danced around the floor before turning into Cinderella's phenomenal carriage. The middle school band and choir, Mr. Johnson, reminded me of that, received an excellent rating, and the strings received a superior rating during an adjudication. We held our first Shark Tank and second annual Bullis Builders event in the Discovery Center. The middle school donated so many cereal boxes to Manicure. We had a special community event just to thank the students for their generosity. We usually collect about 250 boxes. Some years we'll do 300, and we're thrilled. This group did over 950 boxes of cereal. And so as you can see, we had pizza galore for everybody. We usually give out 2 pieces, everybody got 4. So yes, it's been a year. It's been a great year. A year that is beginning to resemble aspects of our traditional normal. I can't wait to get back to that. Before we begin our summer vacation, however, let's recognize a few students that have excelled academically and embodied the Bullis core values. Please join me in welcoming Marcy Demers and Jason Kasmarsky to the stage to present the Jerry May Achievement Awards.
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. As the 6th and 7th grade department chairs, grade level chairs, it is our pleasure to present the Jerry May Achievement Award, which is named after one of Bullis's beloved community members.
Jerry May was a self-proclaimed jack of all trades. In the fall of 1961, he began his career at Bullis as a history and biology teacher, as well as a coach for football, baseball, and basketball. In 1971, when the school moved from Silver Spring to Potomac, Mr. May became the middle school athletic director, followed by the dean of discipline, then middle school principal, and finally ended his career as director of alumni.
Jerry May was truly an invaluable member of the Bullis community throughout the 37 years of service and beyond. He touched the lives of so many with his unwavering encouragement, support, and guidance. It is an honor to recognize middle school students who are deserving of an award in Mr. May's namesake.
The Jerry May Achievement Award recognizes outstanding performance during the course of a student's year in middle school. This prize represents the innermost values of working hard to improve, collaborating with classmates, thinking independently, and persevering even when the task seems too much arduous. The recipients are decided by consensus of all faculty members. This year's selected students embody the hardworking spirit of this award.
On behalf of the 6th grade team, I am honored to present the Jerry May Award to a 6th grader who has been a valuable asset to our Bullis community. This student approaches each day with positivity, passion, and patience. His science teacher, Ms. Fajan, asserts, starting the year out as a quiet leader, both inside the classroom and out, he quickly became a dominating presence, influencing those around him in the most positive way, both academically and socially. He is a highly respected student and a wonderful friend to all. The growth he has demonstrated this year in the classroom is exciting and his potential is astronomical. Ms. King notes that his growth in class as a performer was truly highlighted in his final performance in Chairs. I could not have been prouder to see how committed he was to the success of our story. His advisor, Senora Velikovsky, adds that this student stands out for his participation. He thoughtfully listens and considers all sides before expressing his point of view from the I perspective. Congratulations to Ikaya, the 2021-2022 recipient of the Jerry May Award for 6th grade.
Congratulations, Ikaya. On behalf of the 7th grade teachers, it is with great pleasure that I present this year's award recipient. The first phrase that comes to every teacher's the recipient as an integral part of any group project and has loved seeing their sense of humor come out more and more the second half of the year. Mrs. McFall echoes those statements by saying, this individual never settles for anything less than her best effort. Mr. Horsey found this recipient to be a joy to have in class and says, when called upon in class, she always makes insightful comments. Overall, the teachers feel today's recipient is a dedicated student who is always putting her best effort forward, and for that, we congratulate Haley Fredericks on receiving this year's Jerry May Achievement Award. Please welcome me and join Dr. Moreno back to present this year's Head of Middle School Awards. Dr. Moreno.
Thank you. The Head of the Middle School Award recognizes a student in 6th and one in 7th that made a positive contribution to the middle school division. Although the honor is listed as the Head of the Middle School Award, it is a recognition that is decided by many faculty members after much consideration, discussion, and then consensus. Numerous factors are involved when identifying recipients, including an extraordinary work ethic, a positive attitude, and an energetic spirit. The first 6th grade recipient is a student that gets along well with everyone. The student maintains high honor roll status, proven to be a self-starter and motivator for peers. All of the teachers mention how impressed they are with this person. For example, Ms. Bias says her understanding of numbers is amazing. Mr. White appreciates the way she leads by example, and Ms. Fajan talks about her contagious smile when she arrives to class every day. I have a few favorite moments as well. She's a student government representative, so I enjoyed working with her during the Veterans Day Assembly. I couldn't wait to taste the delicious sprinkle cake she made for her passion project, and I watched her teach during a science activity. She was so good I thought I'd have to hire her. But it doesn't stop there. The student does some mean moves on the dance floor. In fact, according to one of the numbers in the spring concert, I believe Olivia just feels better when she's dancing. Olivia White, where are you? When I asked faculty members about this year's 7th grade recipient, the response is also very consistent. Every teacher began sharing stories about the student's kindness and wonderful spirit. They speak about the student's seriousness of purpose, as well as his ability to lead the Bullis way. Mrs. McConaughey not only wants to hire him as a teacher assistant, she wants him to run for president of student government. Mrs. McFall agrees because, in her words, he's a class act. Miss Mayer Satin is impressed with his musical talent, saying the orchestra just wouldn't be the same without him. Alison was in my advisory. Hold on. Alison was in my advisory last year, so I know him well. He was one of 5 students that represented Bullis at WUSA 9 TV for the African American Museum project. He made such insightful remarks. You may have seen him on TV. He aired in January and February. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. Congratulations. At this time, I'm going to welcome Mr. Sullivan back to the podium to present the awards for general excellence.
Hello again. Awards for general excellence. Another term for these awards might be class valedictorian. So it is the overarching person that has achieved the most in that particular grade. And I hesitate to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I like to invite the winner up first so that as I read the citation, they can be here. And I know some middle school students don't like to be in the spotlight, but forgive me. So the sixth grade General Excellence Award goes to Gabrielle Wigan. Okay, just stand there, Gabrielle. I'm going to put you in the spotlight. Thank you. Okay. I will make this brief. Okay, so here's what the teachers say. Miss Fajan, Gabby's achievements this year have impressed me in so many ways. She is bright, hardworking, and puts 100% into everything she does. Senora Velikovsky, starting the year very quietly, Gabby demonstrated great ability in Spanish. She is bright, tenacious, hardworking, and very humble about her achievements. When her classmates asked her why she always got first place in the Quizlet live game, she responded, I just study and practice every night for 10 minutes. Okay. Mr. White, it has certainly been a pleasure having Gabby in class this year. She comes with a positive attitude every day. I appreciate how organized she is, as well as how helpful she is to all of us. Ms. Deemers, Gabby is a joy to teach. She is a positive and productive member of our classroom community and a role model to her peers. She approaches everything she does with her best effort, and it shows. Please help me in congratulating Gabrielle. The 7th grade general excellence person is Grace Lai. The spotlight for you as well, Grace. All right. And here's what the teachers have to say. Miss Forrest, Grace is a great representative of a student who is the true definition of respect. She always displays great respect towards her peers, teachers, and her education. She puts in 100% effort each and every day. Mr. Horsey, Grace brings positive energy to class that is contagious, and she's a pleasure to teach. I appreciate how comfortable she is sharing her educated opinion on topics during class discussions and her ability to add depth to short answer questions and activities in the classroom. Ms. McConaughey, I will always have a special place in my heart for students who bring books with them wherever they go. Because of Grace, I was introduced to so many new titles this year that I can't wait to read. Once she had a goal to participate more in class, she worked hard to meet it. Miss Maya Satin, Grace is so respected by her classmates and me. Miss Clark, Grace is a stellar student. Her positive attitude and energy are great to have in class, and her diligence in preparation, participation, and assignments are good examples to her peers. Please help me congratulate Grace. And please also help me in welcoming Mr. Charles Johnson to present this year's Choral Music Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to present the 6th grade choir award to Leo Namro Edinburgh. Leo earns this award by virtue of his tremendous work ethic and high level of dedication. Throughout the year, Leo never missed a single assignment or deadline, even when the assignments sometimes became challenging for him due to his rapidly changing voice. Another trait that I admire in Leo this year was his adaptability. While singing alto in the winter concert, tenor in the district festival, and finally bass in the spring concert, Leo adapted each time, never complaining about the extra work or difficulties that this presented for him. He remained a truly positive student year long, and it has been a pleasure working with him. It is an honor to present Leo with the 6th grade choir award. The 7th grade choir award goes to Caleb Lee. For 2 years now, I have been impressed with Caleb's drive for perfection. He is always demonstrating a sincere desire to do his absolute best. This year, he truly shined as the middle school choir's alto section leader. Early in the year, I watched him lead an alto sectional rehearsal for one of our songs, and his leadership and musician skills truly shined. He didn't simply have the altos run the song X number of times. He isolated specific problem sections for the group and then drilled those sections separately, always assessing the other students in their comprehension of the harmonies and adjusting accordingly. To see this level of precision, leadership, guidance, and understanding of good practice techniques in a 7th grader was truly astonishing for me, and I know a significant part of the choir's success this year was due to Caleb's presence in our choir. It is an honor to give the 7th grade choir award to Caleb Lee. And now please join me in welcoming Miss Angel Chin to present this year's dance awards.
This next award goes to a 6th grader who has been consistent with attendance, her positive attitude, and work ethic. She approaches every dance assignment with an excitement and openness to the creative process. Her quiet confidence is endearing, and it is apparent that she is appreciated by her peers as well. This dancer possesses raw talent and a natural affinity towards movement. I am excited to watch her growth and development in the Bullis Dance Department. Congratulations, Karis Robinson. The dance award for 7th grade goes to Iman Gasmian. Iman, I'll wait for her to come. Iman shows signs of a serious dancer and artist. She goes above and beyond on every movement assignment, approaching tasks with vigor and without complaint. She displayed great maturity in the middle school performing arts concert, quickly adapting to last-minute changes and maintaining her composure. Iman has the ability to dance fully with expressive movement, helping to convey the mood and story of a dance piece. Iman's commitment to her movement studies throughout the year demonstrates a leadership mentality. I am excited about her dance potential, growth, and future in the Bullis Dance Department. Congratulations, Iman. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Michelle Kelly to present this year's Instrumental Music 6 Award.
Hello. This year's 6th grade band students have made impressive progress on their respective instruments. Some students started out as complete beginners. This daunting task was made even more difficult when it came time to play with the 7th and 8th grade band members who have been playing for many years, some of them playing for 5 or more years. The 6th graders held their own within the larger ensemble and became standout players and leaders. The recipient of the 6th grade band award is a student who started his instrument this year. While he already played guitar, this student learned the electric bass to fit within our ensemble. It can be very difficult to play an electric instrument within a wind ensemble. Blend and balance is key, as the goal is to sound like one distinctive unit rather than a group of individual players. Despite this challenge, this student was able to blend his bass sound into the rest of the ensemble, could sight read almost any music I gave him, and always came to rehearsals with a positive attitude and prepared. When our band went to District Ensemble Festival, multiple judges remarked that our electric bass players did an exceptional job in both playing their parts and blending in with the whole group. I sincerely hope this award winner continues to play bass and guitar and studies as he becomes an essential member of our band. Please join me in congratulating Keon Zadigan on winning our 6th grade band award. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Stephanie Mayer to present this year's Instrumental Music 7 Award.
I would like to congratulate Mr. Ryan Yeager as the recipient of the 7th grade Instrumental Music Award and ask that he please come forward. Ryan is a talented musician and caring leader in the Bullis Middle School Orchestra. He constantly strives to improve his musicianship and looks for opportunities to help his fellow classmates. Ryan is a member of the Triumph Junior Music Honor Society and has consistently earned high marks and superior ratings in solo and full orchestra music festivals. With his delightful sense of humor, he may raise an eyebrow at me when I give him a challenging piece of music to play, but he always rises to the challenge. I am very proud of his work and his commitment to the orchestra. Please join me in congratulating Ryan. Also, please join me in welcoming Miss Chelsea King to present this year's Theater Award.
Good afternoon. So this year's 6th grade theater class was unlike any other in a good way. They know this because I've told them several times, but I want everyone sitting here to know that this was one of the strongest 6th grade theater classes that I've had in a long time. They tackled a 15-minute suspense thriller with the ability of much older students, and any of you lucky enough to have seen it can agree that it was awesome, which makes choosing a singular award recipient from this class incredibly difficult. However, when considering each member of the class, there was one who stood out because of their growth from the beginning of the year to now. The student was not timid at the beginning of the year and was eager to learn. They took every opportunity in class to perform and to participate and even audition for the musical, creating friendships with older theater students. Most recently, the student served as a designer for our final production, something they hadn't done before, but I could tell felt very passionately about. I'm incredibly lucky to have this student in the theater program for 2 more years, and I can't wait to see what more she can do. Congratulations, Eden Suter. As for 7th grade, every once in a while, a student walks through our doors to Bullis and then over us to hear him blare, and we feel lucky. Even as a 7th grader, they have a deep passion, a contagious excitement, and an impressive dedication to our art form. All year long, in every project, in every performance, class discussion, or even just a pre-class conversation, the student has never let me down. It was a pleasure to enrich them deeper with more theatrical knowledge and engage with them in witty banter. Working with the student not only in class, but in the musical gave me much joy. Although there were many standout performances from one of the 25 students in the 7th grade theater classes this year, this student by far gave a humorous, genuine, fun, and engaging performance in our class production of the Canterbury Tales. I know this student will be back here for theater camp this summer and here next year, and I'm grateful to be able to teach him for one more year. Congratulations, Abe Gold. Please join me in welcoming Miss Kelsey Donegan to present this year's Visual Art Awards.
Ms. Swadling and I have loved getting to know all of you this year and seeing your creativity bloom. Before I get to the awards, I want to let you know that today is the last day to pick up your artwork. It's in the lobby. Please take it home. So it is my pleasure to present the 6th grade art award to a student who lives and breathes art. True to her name, Joyway has been truly a joy to teach. From her painting series in Open Studio, to her ambitious sculpture in Art 6, to even hanging the art show last month, Joyway constantly goes above and beyond. I think what I love most about Joyway is that she is never afraid of a challenge. She gets an idea in her head, and she works hard to make it come to life, often having to think her way through many obstacles or put in time outside of class. Joyway always has helpful things to say to her classmates during critique and has helped many of her fellow students overcome their artist block. Joyway, I'm thrilled to present you the 6th grade art award this year. It was really difficult to choose an award winner for the 7th grade art this year. There were many students who showed a tremendous amount of creativity, but I'd like to recognize one particular student for her ambition, hard work, and growth. Throughout her time in Art 7, this student continuously pushed herself towards creating her best work. She spent considerable time during study hall perfecting her ceramic sculpture and acted like a leader during our perspective unit. Emma Zhang, I'm pleased to present the 8th grade Visual Art Award to you. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Rita Gearhart to present this year's Design Thinking and Connected Technology Award.
Good afternoon. So I'm going to start with the 6th grade, the Design Thinking Award. The 6th grade award, let me start again. The 6th grade is always such a great joy to teach because you all come in with ready to work hard, lots of energy, and always bring a lot of happiness to your work. We had some problems this year with our video editing software, and it caused some glitching, but everybody just worked their way through it, figured it out, and pressed on and made some wonderful animations again. These animations generally are passion projects, something that people feel really strongly about and want the rest of the world to know. The work includes drawing images, finding appropriate music and sound effects, recording a voiceover, and putting everything all together to make an effective and persuasive video. In the first trimester, I think it was the first trimester, Carrie Zhang, you worked quietly and diligently and kept on going to make an excellent animated story about pollution. So where are you? Come on up. After the animation project, you also learned to code with the very same attitude of problem solving and reaching for excellence. Pretty much everything you do, it seems like you reach for excellence. I'm really proud of your work this year, and I'm excited to see what you do next year. Congratulations, Carrie. And And now, the 7th grade Connected Technology Award. 7th grade class is a creative and determined group. Your work has been outstanding this year. You created wonderful games. They were interesting. They taught us things about, lessons in our other classes. There's a lot of challenges involved in pulling all those parts together and making it work. However, Juliet Wade, could you please come on up? Juliet, you're a bright star in every way. You meet every challenge with a super creative, can-do spirit, and you bring everybody along with you, which is just wonderful. Your coding was, I'm kind of going off of my script because I just want to say the elaborate coding that Juliet worked on and pulled together and then put into this project and then brought everybody else along afterwards, and then you went off and did the play. I don't know how you do it all, honestly. It was just really pretty amazing. You aim high and you meet every challenge. So I just want to say, I love your enthusiasm and joy. I love your detail, efforts, and congratulations for winning this year's Connected Technology Award. And now please join me in welcoming Ms. Shui-Ying Clark to present this year's Chinese 7 Award.
大家好，下午好。I'm very proud of my students in the Chinese 1B class this year. Under the combined classroom settings, my Chinese 1B class learned how to work efficiently, productively, independently, and collaboratively. I'm very proud to say that every single one of you achieved outstanding performance through persistence and hard work, through internal motivation, and through your interest and a love of Chinese language and culture. This 7th grader not only shows great motivation, diligence, and enthusiasm in the Chinese language learning, but also she challenged herself this year to represent Bullis School to participate in the regional Chinese bridge competition. The judges were impressed by her fluent Chinese, her humor stories, and her Chinese song Jasmine Flower, 茉莉花. In the end, she won the first place at the middle school level. It is such an honor to announce this year's 7th grade Chinese award goes to Katie Mori. Congratulations, Katie. Now, please join me in welcoming Mr. Wesley Wood to present this year's Latin Award.
Before I get to the Latin Awards, I just wanted to acknowledge 4 individuals in this room. Jenna, Maddie, Nick, Abe, can you just wave at me so I see you? Bonjour, bonjour. Those 4 individuals went on the adventure of French class with me. This is my first time teaching French. We decided not to give a French award this year because I just think you're all so amazing and I could not choose. So thank you for tolerating me, a Latin teacher teaching French, and also just I'm so impressed with you. Bon travail et bonne chance. Merci. All right. Salvete. Gracias. Today, I'm excited to name this year's Latin Award recipient for the 6th grade. This individual is someone who is unafraid to try their best, to know when to ask for help, and to offer their expertise to others. I remember when I first met this student during Summer Start Strong, and they seemed a little hesitant about this whole Latin thing, but I could tell by the end of the first class, they were hooked. And it showed throughout the rest of the year, competing in games, competing in more games. They really like the games. Always wanting to read Latin out loud or to translate, and checking out books written in Latin to read on their own time. They also never let the shadow of their older brother get in the way. I'm so proud to see that this young man is making a name for himself in Latin and classics. Dia mortales et mirabile dictu sociant. On to the 7th grade. Wait, you're over here. Hello. I'm thrilled to name this year's Latin Award recipient for the 7th grade. This individual is someone who is never satisfied and is always hungry for more. They are a guide to others, eager to explore and willing to do more than what is required. I am reminded of this whenever I walk into our classroom and see their giant sea monster taking up a considerable portion of my wall. Also, this student understands that language acquisition is a process to lean into, not something to just get done. For instance, at the start of our final exam, or integrated performance assessment, this student took it upon themselves to calm their classmates, essentially reminding them, guys, relax, this is nothing we haven't done before. We've been preparing for it all year. Thank you for your leadership. Dia mortales et mirabile dictu sole. Please join me in welcoming Senora Velikovsky to present this year's Spanish 6 Award.
Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present the 6th grade Spanish Award to a remarkable student. Where do I start? This student has had a positive attitude towards learning since day one, engages actively in every class, and has always shown a genuine desire to learn and use the Spanish language. This student is curious, inquisitive, very enthusiastic, and fun to be around. One of the qualities that I admire the most in this student is her patience. She waits patiently to be called on, is patient when someone does not understand and needs repetition, and is patient when to explain things and help others in need. On top of those great qualities, she shows excellence in all she does. She works hard and then harder. Summer, I have no doubt that this drive will lead you to many, many more successes in the future. Summer, I'm very proud of your accomplishment, and I look forward to seeing you become more and more proficient in the Spanish language. Congratulations. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Whitfield Mastin to present this year's Spanish 7th Award. Thank you.
Good afternoon. When learning how to speak and understand another language, one must learn how to express themselves in new and different ways. As we know, the focal point of communication is the person's mouth, as we use it to create sounds, form words, express ideas, and demonstrate emotions. But what happens when the mouth, this key visual element of communication, is taken out of the equation when learning a new language? I was struck by the fact that only recently did it even occur to me that I have never seen the student's entire face at all this year because of the masks we wore. Despite never having witnessed this student speaking Spanish without a mask covering her mouth and half her face, she was able to use her creativity to come up with new ways to express herself, conveying meaning and get her point across, which of course is the hallmark of a genuine and passionate language learner. Whether we are checking homework, sharing information from magazine articles, commenting on song lyrics, or making predictions about what would happen to the characters in our novel, this student enthusiastically and joyfully shared her voice and thoughts in everything we did. Always ready to lend a helping hand, share a piece of advice, or add her ideas to the conversation, this student's kind words and actions elevated the class atmosphere on a daily basis. Under this student's bubbly and friendly demeanor lies a fierce competitor and someone with a keen eye and ear for the details of the Spanish language. As this student read aloud passages from our novel, she was able to bring the characters to life by changing the inflection and cadence of her voice and adding gestures and movements, infusing a true personality and sense of humor to the descriptions on the page, all of which she was able to accomplish entirely in Spanish and all from behind a mask. I am honored to present this year's Spanish 7 Award to Ella Domasc. Please welcome me in joining Marcy Demers, who will be speaking for Mr. Vin White to present this year's Geography and World Cultures Award.
Thank you, Senora Maston. Okay. This is on behalf of Mr. White, who couldn't be here today. This year's award for Outstanding Achievement in Geography and World Culture goes to Grace. Please join me, Grace. Grace, these are Mr. White's comments, but I'm sure I agree with all of them. This year, you showed a keen interest in geography and world cultures. Your sense of adventure and the stories of your travels were always focused on the unique cultures and experiences that we all enjoyed hearing about. Your humor was ever present, as well as your fun nature. As for our class, you were determined to master the subject matter. Your grit, determination, and attitude allowed you to excel in geography. You came to class with enthusiasm, excited to learn new material, display the material you mastered, and most importantly, you were not afraid to make mistakes. Grace, you're an example to all of us, and you display what we hope for all of our Bullis students. It is a privilege to have you as one of my students this year, and it's an honor to present you with this award. Congratulations. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Bobby Horsey to present this year's Ancient History Award.
Whether reading a segment of Hammurabi's Code, defending their side in the Athens versus Sparta debate, or simply listing the characteristics of the Roman political system, this student approaches their work with enthusiasm, genuine interest, and glee. For them, history is more than memorizing facts and timeline. It is the appreciation of human accomplishments from the past and recognition of potential in themselves and their peers. Throughout the year, this student has created outstanding work, including a creative and informative animated map of West African empires, reviewed multiple documents to determine their reliability, used evidence to support a claim in a thesis more than 30 times, and used exemplary research skills to gather information to construct an informative essay that compares two ancient civilizations that we studied this year. It has been a pleasure working with this student this year. Their enthusiasm is contagious, work ethic is admirable, and thirst for knowledge is insatiable. It is my pleasure to award the 2022 Ancient History Award to Lee Phelps. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Marcy Demers to present this year's Language Arts 6 Award.
Are you tired of me yet? Okay, I think this is my last time. In language arts this year, students picked one word to define their goals, dreams, ambitions, and who they want to be in 2022. Ethan Mills, please come on up here. Ethan, you chose build as your one-word intention for 2022. Ethan explained that his focus was to build on the skills that he already possesses, using his unique passions to fuel his goal. Ethan clearly has taken his intention to heart this year. Not only does he continually demonstrate persistence in furthering his growth as a reader, writer, and learner, but he also strives to synthesize his creativity, insight, and personal interest into all that he does. He continually soaks up knowledge, which in turn fuels his curiosity and leads to one-of-a-kind projects. One such example is highlighted in his recent passion project, in which he investigated creative ways to share facts about one of his favorite countries, and mine, Canada. In addition to preparing an informational presentation for his classmates, Ethan designed and created a Canadian flag pillow. This required not only researching facts, but also learning a new skill. This endeavor illustrates his commitment to lifelong learning, in which he leverages his inquisitive nature and willingness to take risks. Ethan Mills, congratulations on this well-deserved award. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Maggie McConaughey to present this year's Language Arts 7 Award.
The 7th grade class this year impressed me with their creativity, positive attitudes, and true love of reading. This year's 7th grade Language Arts Award winner goes to a student who has all these qualities and more. She expects nothing but the best from herself, is responsible and meticulous in her work, and always acts with maturity towards her teachers. I was continually impressed by her strong writing and her uncanny ability to find yet another murder mystery novel. Jenna Herbst, you are this year's 7th grade Language Arts Award winner. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Gia Bias to present this year's Math 6 Award.
Good afternoon. This year's 6th grade Math Award recipient exemplifies outstanding characteristics that show school pride by demonstrating the 3 R's: being respectful, responsible, and always ready to learn. Respectful. This student is kind and works well with everyone. They're always respectful to their teachers and their classmates, participate wholeheartedly, and adhere to school expectations. Responsible. I can always count on this student to set an example for all of their peers. This student perseveres and doesn't complain when presented with new and challenging material or changes in routine. They take their time and work very diligently on all math projects and activities. The student's work ethic and diligence in math class is unmatched. The student has a quiet confidence about themselves and works hard to be academically successful, which does not go unnoticed. Ready to learn. Overall, this student has consistently entered the classroom with a desire to learn. They come to class and get busy working on their assignments. During instruction, I can always count on them to raise their hand and to answer any questions posed. When math is challenging, the student never gives up. The student works harder, seeks help, and as a result, has succeeded. Additionally, the student is courteous and demonstrates gratitude. The student is a gem of a person, a delight to have in class, and an honor, and I am honored to be their teacher. I have been most impressed by the student's willingness to learn. The student works hard and sets a quiet example for others to follow. I am so glad to have gotten to know the student this year. I'm equally excited to see the wonderful things that they will do in the future. Thank you for being a model student for all of our Bulldogs. Well done, and keep up the great work. Please join me in congratulating this phenomenal student and this year's 6th grade Math Award recipient, Brandy Wright. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Kim Forrest to present this year's Math 7 Award.
This year's 7th grade pre-algebra and algebra students impressed me with their dedication, excitement towards learning math, and perseverance. This year's awards recipient stood out to me as someone who not only embodied all those qualities, but more. This recipient comes to school with a positive attitude, ready to take on any math concept I teach. Her enthusiasm and internal motivation drive her to achieve academic excellence in my class. She constantly seeks out opportunities for growth and wants to be challenged. Every high bar I set, she continues to break. She is responsible by completing all her homework, turning in her assignments on time, and preparing in advance for assessments. She brings new, valuable ideas to the table and is not afraid to take risks. Not only is she an exemplary student, she is kind and patient. This is shown through her collaboration amongst her peers. She helps her classmates work through challenging problems by guiding them through the math instead of just sharing the answer. This recipient does not accept mediocrity, she strives for greatness. So it gives me great pleasure to give the 2021-2022 7th grade Math Award to Chloe Jacobs. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Chelsea Fajan to present this year's Science Award.
Good afternoon. I'm excited to present this year's 6th grade Science Award to a deserving recipient who consistently demonstrates a positive attitude and outstanding achievement in science class. He remains actively engaged in class, participates meaningfully, and consistently completes high-quality work. But most notably, this student displays a genuine passion and admiration for all things scientific. Many of us know this student by his comical, creative, and informative news channel where he teaches us about various health and science topics. For example, on a recent episode of Health Network 1, he shows how our bodies respond to allergies by explaining the relationship between allergies, the immune system, and antibodies. On a recent episode of Science Network 1, he informs us of fierce natural disasters including hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones, and the way that atmospheric and ground conditions play a role in such events. And this is all outside research that he does on his own and not necessarily concepts covered in class. And his news network is just a small example of a way that this student fully immerses himself into the subject and every task that he is given. He puts his whole heart into everything that he does and truly makes the classroom a better place. His interest in science and his desire to learn, however, do not stop when he exits the classroom. This student is genuinely curious and fascinated about the world around him. He loves to peer through his telescope at home, reporting to class the next day, eager to share about his astronomical adventures. He'll even find exciting and relevant resources aligning with our content and often suggest that I share them with the class. For example, the videos about the first 10,000 days on the moon and Mars. This student brightens each day with his kindness, his radiant smile, and his contagious enthusiasm for learning. Please help me congratulate Sydney Kendall as this year's science recipient. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Karen McFall to present this year's Science 7 Award.
and then there was one, I guess. I have these big letters in my science lab that spell out WONDER, because I truly want my students to wonder from the second they enter my room until the moment they leave. This year, I have a student in my life science class who has made me rethink my definition of what it means to be a wonderer. The wonder that this student possesses never ends when science class is done for the day. All year, my inbox has been filled with wonderings from this student that have ranged from, Mrs. McFall, I was wondering if you know what a blooket is. I've made one for our microscopy study. To sending me a rap video about the differences between animal and plant cells, to sending an account of the childhood chant Ring Around the Rosie and how it connected with our deadliest disease playwriting, to saying, I found this unique Netflix show called Cells at Work, while also watching my back by saying, I really think you'd like it, but you probably can't show it because it's PG-13. This student even wondered what his dog's cheek cells might look like when we built Foldscope's microscopes and then went and obtained a sample of his dog's cheek cells. Lastly, there was this one day this year that I was feeling a little bit down. Now, for anybody who knows me, I would say that for most of my days spent at Bullis, I am happy and joyful, laughing, smiling, giggling, a twinkle in my eye. But on this particular day, it was this student who approached me to say, I'm wondering if you are okay. Even in that simple act of kindness, this student was being an observational scientist, but more than that, he was being a compassionate human being. Now, this recipient, I don't believe is here today, but I am understanding he may be watching from home, and I hope that he is. Please join me in celebrating a one-of-a-kind guy, 7th grade wonder student extraordinaire, Anderson Recker. And now, if you would please join me in welcoming Dr. Moreno back to the podium for closing remarks.
Thank you. I'd like to end today's Achievement Award by really recognizing everybody. Today is their second to last day. Tomorrow, everybody in here will have their last day of school. You made it through 6th grade. You made it through 7th grade. Can we give them all a round of applause? I want to also congratulate the staff. I know not all of them are here, but if you are, will you please stand so we can acknowledge you? Thank you so much for a wonderful year. I know you may have noticed Mrs. McConaughey just left. Her child is actually here. She's a new mother, and she will not be joining us next year. She's going to be working on a doctorate, so she will be moving on to Michigan. I'd like Lauren Keller to please stand. I'm going to recognize you again, Lauren. Lauren will be with us, but she will not be in the middle school division. She is going on to the admissions office. So thank you so much for everything you've done for us, Lauren. And I'm just going to acknowledge Mr. Wood, if you would stand for a minute. And Ms. Clark isn't here, but there were two teacher awards were given last night. Mr. Wood received one, and Ms. Clark received the other one. So congratulations to you. Students, during the summer months, take time to read books, tackle math problems, and apply those core values. Use technology in a positive way, please, to shape your communications with family and friends. Relax, stay safe, and be healthy. I look forward to seeing you next school year. Thank you. All right, let's see what time it is. If you received an award, I'd like you to stay so that your parents can take time to celebrate you and take pictures with you. In fact, why don't all the award recipients come to the stage when I dismiss your section and bring your certificate or award with you. It is 3:13. I am going to dismiss 6th grade first. Have a wonderful afternoon. Seventh grade can go this way. Have a wonderful afternoon. Mrs. King, would you mind helping orchestrate the group on stage? Thanks.